The Manchester derby on the 14th of March 2004 saw both clubs needing to prove themselves after some indifferent recent form. City were attempting to make their new Eastland Stadium feel like home, but they hadn't won there for 5 months. United were still reeling after being knocked out of the Champions League by Porto during the week, but were aiming to make it a hat-trick of wins over City that season. Robbie Fowler was in good form. He'd scored 5 goals in his last 9 games and always enjoyed playing against United. Kevin Keegan stuck with the side that had lost 1-0 to Chelsea in their last outing. They went with 3 at the back, including Daniel Van Buiten on loan from Marseille. Up front, John Macken was still seeking his first Premiership goal, and Paulo Wanchope was on the bench after 3 months out with injuries. French defender Michael Silvestre was past fit to play for United after missing their last 4 games with an ankle injury. However, Sir Alex Ferguson was missing a number of key players. Keane, Sahar, Djemba and Kleberson were all injured, and Gary Neville and Rio Ferdinand suspended. There was one slither of good news for United fans. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was on the bench after a long absence through injury. Match commentary from Ian Crocker.
A remarkable rivalry renewed. It's Manchester's big day. City United means City divided. They've already met twice this season at Old Trafford. United on top in both the league and the cup game. But Manchester City won the last derby to be played at Main Road. Can they win the first one to be played at the City of Manchester Stadium? Michael Tarnack's cross, gathered by Tim Howard. Now Sean Wright-Phillips. There was a sense of anticipation amongst these City fans when he gets the ball, and this is why. One of those runs. Ronaldo put the boot in the nicest sense. Richard Dunn's throw. Sibieski with a flick on, and Fowler! What a start for Manchester City! Inside 3 minutes, Robbie Fowler scores. Tim Howard beaten already. They are dreaming and they are screaming at the City of Manchester Stadium. Sibieski with a flick on, and Fowler managed to force it in past the American keeper. And Manchester United's miserable week. They've got a long way to go to put it right, of course, and they might try putting it right now with Giggs. Here's Paul Scholes looking for a hit, and David James has only fumbled it to Ronaldo, and Van Nistelrooy unable to turn it in. Did it come off the post? An extraordinary beginning to the game. Scholes with the initial effort, and David James then palmed it into Ronaldo's path, and Van Nistelrooy unable to get a touch, and James rather relieved to see it come off the foot of the post. Robbie Fowler, who's given City the lead, looks for his Carl McManaman and Tarnack over there as well. Giggs. Van Nistelrooy and Ryan Giggs. It's a comfortable save for David James. A bright and breezy start on Derby Day in Manchester. Sean Wright-Phillips. Macken and Fowler ahead of him. And Fowler in the hunt again, but Silvestre sorts it out. Phil Neville cutting across Steve McManaman. Steve Bennett exerting some early authority by producing 3 yellow cards in the first quarter of an hour, and that has calmed things down a bit on the disciplinary front. Free kick, promising perhaps for the home side. I think the City players believe the United wall is 10 yards back. It is now. Sibierski, and the deflection favoured McManaman. Macken. McManaman. Reina, handball shout, it's been turned in anyway by John Macken. This is the stuff that Manchester City dreams are made of. United have had most of the game, yet City lead 2-0, and it's a man they let go from Old Trafford who has added to the anguish for Manchester United. John Macken, big handball shout as it ricocheted off Scholes, but Macken didn't hang around, and incredibly it is City 2, United 0, and a nutmeg through the legs of Silvestre, just to add to their delight. John Macken scores his first ever Premier League goal, and it comes against the club that groomed him as a player. It comes against Manchester United. The glum expression says it all. Extra stocks of chewing gum might have to be ordered at this rate. 2 attempts on goal from Manchester City, 2 goals. Manchester United will barely believe that they are 2 down here. Silvestre now latching onto this. And Giggs lost his way. There's an air of bemusement around the city of Manchester Stadium at the moment, but rest assured the City fans are making the most of it, milking it for all it's worth, and why not? They've had 2 shots on goal and they lead 2-0. Manchester United have huffed and puffed, but have nothing to show for their considerable efforts. Here's Ronaldo. Oh, he slipped it through here for Giggs. And Scholes. And United have got one back, just like that. This is becoming quite a game, quite a derby. Well, Manchester United will feel that they have deserved a goal on the evidence of their first half showing. They have one. And it's come from Paul Scholes, who scores against Manchester City for the 4th time this season. City 2, United 1. Anybody's game. Ten minutes to go to half-time, and Scholes are reducing the deficit. And continuing his rather useful habit of always scoring against Manchester City this season. Phil Neville now with a long throw. Misjudged by Silvestre. And a foul by Macken. Fletcher. And Van Boyten waited for David James to come. Van Nistelrooy nips in. And James blocks it for a corner. And has something to say to Daniel Van Boyten. Van Boyten should have just dealt with that. For all their dominance, it is Manchester United's first corner of the game. Giggs whipping it in. It eludes everybody. And bounces off the other corner flag. Goal kick. Action-packed. Here's Sean Wright-Phillips. John Macken still down for, or was down for City. Wright-Phillips giving Scholes the run around, but Tim Howard will clip the cross. Macken's on his feet now. Phil Neville. Oh, it's come through to Cristiano Ronaldo. You wouldn't bet against a United equaliser before the break. And they're going to have a corner. Their second coming in quick succession to their first. Ronaldo's corner. Back in by Butt. Fletcher. And Robbie Fowler with a tackle. Distan. Macken. Snuffed out by Silvestre. Ronaldo being told to move away. Tarnack with a long throw. And Wes Brown had to turn it behind for a corner. There's a quarter of the game to go. Tarnack takes it, and Sibieski's header. There'll be another corner. It was from a fair distance. Turned away by Nicky Butt. Sean Wright-Phillips. He's fancying one of those runs. Sinclair's cross. Wes Brown with the clearance. Bounces into a lot of room. Sir Alex Ferguson hoping that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will come to the rescue. Cristiano Ronaldo is the man who comes off. Solskjaer recently returned after 5 months out, had a knee operation. If anyone can nick a goal, though, surely he can. Oswald. Oh, and a mistake. And Sinclair makes United pay big time. It is 3-1, just as it was in the last derby at Main Road. Manchester City are christening their new home as far as the Manchester derby is concerned, but a terrible mistake by Silvestre allowed Sinclair to pounce. Defensive deficiencies, and he tried to foul Sinclair, who kept going. Neville, Scholes, Fletcher, Tarnak's tackle. Sobieski struggling. He's going to be replaced by Sun Ji-hai when they can make the change. Phil Neville, Solskjaer, and Van Buiten took charge of it. Fowler. Forlan. Oh, it's got plenty on it, but it fizzed wide of James's post. United need better than that, as Antoine Sobieski is replaced. In the closing 7 minutes or so, seems to be struggling. And Sun Ji-hai will come on in his place. Passing on the rejig instructions. Sun Ji-hai slotting in on the right-hand side with Wright Phillips moving forward. Rio Ferdinand sorely missed on another disappointing day for Manchester United. Solskjaer. United's second half performance has been poor compared to their first, and they created enough chances to have won the game. These are troubled times for Manchester United, and we don't get to say that very often. Wright Phillips. Stopped in his tracks by O'Shea, but here's Sun Ji-hai just on. Fowler. Promising move this. And Paul Bosveld's header loops over as we move into the last 5 minutes of the Manchester derby. It's a pretty ragged look about United. Solskjaer. City have dealt with most things that have come their way in this second half. It's going to dribble right across the line, and it's been kept in by Wright Phillips. Now in injury time, can they score 4? Oh yes, they can! Shaun Wright Phillips really rubs it in. Perfect end to a perfect day. Manchester City 4, Manchester United 1. And how good does that feel for those in blue? Manchester United once again left short at the back. Wright Phillips had options and then decided that was the best option. Fletcher sending it in. Manchester United's hopes of catching Arsenal were pretty thin anyway. They have faded almost completely today. United 12 points behind Arsenal, who are unbeatable at the moment. Scholes' header drops wide. So often they've had to play second fiddle, second best to Manchester United. So if you don't mind, they are going to milk this. And I wonder what Sir Alex Ferguson will have to say about another wretched day for Manchester United. The day belongs to Manchester City. They win the City of Manchester derby by 4-1.
City glee, their biggest win over United for 15 years. And this was undoubtedly the high point of their season as the side struggled to move away from the bottom half of the table. They eventually finished in 16th place on 41 points. Manchester United's season never really got going and they were simply unable to keep up with the pace set by Arsenal. They finally finished in 3rd place. Not good enough for them, but it did give something for the City supporters to cheer about.